To optimize the camera for taking pictures of people in the landscape, I recommend using the Aperture Priority mode, setting the flash. You may need to set the ISO, and as always, you'll need to set an appropriate white balance. Let's start by setting the camera's Aperture Priority mode. Turn the mode dial to A. The Aperture Priority mode allows you to set the aperture you want to use while the camera sets the appropriate shutter speed. Now to set the appropriate aperture, you want to press the exposure button to highlight the aperture value. Now use the right or left navigation buttons to adjust the aperture value. You want to get everything from the foreground to the background in focus, so you need a high aperture value. f6.3 is the highest aperture value I can use with this camera. This will help me get everything from the foreground to the background in focus. Go ahead and press the exposure button again. Now let's go ahead and set up the flash. Press the right navigation button, or the flash button right here, and go down to choose Forced Flash On, then press Set. With so much light in the scene, the camera will assume there's enough light, and with the flash set to auto, it won't use the flash. The reason you want to force the flash is because you want to use it to eliminate some of the shadows in the subject's face. Now press the Quick Menu button right down here to access the Quick Menu. Use the navigation buttons to access the ISO function and go down to choose ISO 80. Again, because of the amount of light in the scene, you don't need a higher ISO setting. 80 ISO will help produce the cleanest image possible. Move to the left to choose the white balance function and go down to choose daylight. Because you're using the flash to eliminate some of the shadows in the subject's face, you want to use the daylight white balance option. The daylight white balance option is closest in color temperature to the flash. Go ahead and press Set or the Quick Menu button to escape the Quick Menu. Now with the aperture properly set, my flash and white balance properly set, and my ISO set to 80, I'm ready to take my picture. Because you're using the flash to eliminate those shadows in the subject's face, make sure the subject is not standing too far away from the camera. The subject needs to be within 10 feet or about 3 meters from the camera. Place the focusing bracket over the subject and press the shutter button halfway to lock focus on the subject. Then, with the shutter button pressed halfway, recompose the image. Now you can press the shutter button the rest of the way to take the shot.